Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, thank you so much for your continued support. Today we're going to be playing Magic Arena, and specifically, we're going to be playing this Rakdos Sacrifice list that I found online. However, it's a lot lower to the ground than the normal Rakdos Sacrifice list. Another combo that I witnessed and played a couple games before making this recording is Mayhem Devil with Call of the Death Dweller is absolutely insane. This combo is insane. When you put Death Touch on the Devil and you're able to just ping one by one your opponent's board down, it just feels so satisfying. So let's see if we can get that combo going. Other than that, just the basic sack package. And we do run Luris for some more graveyard recursion, but we run it in the main. Outside of that, let's get right into it. Let's see how the deck performs. I'm really excited to play it. I played a couple, I think it's like maybe 2 or 3 games off of recording, and it just felt really strong. But let's see if the deck keeps performing well for us. Right off the bat, we do have a Devil. We have the Wombo combo that I'd like to call it here. We also have a couple 1-drops. We are missing a sack outlet, but definitely a hand that we can keep. And this is after the nerfs and bans to companions and Agent of Treachery and Fires of Invention. I think I covered it in my last video, but this is one of my favorite times to be playing Magic right now. It just feels very new. It feels like a brand new meta. So there's a lot of new decks that are coming in and a lot of decks that are just rotating out. I have seen quite a bit more control-y type decks per se, and this I think this might be that electrostatic field deck. I have seen a couple of those already. I want to keep this up until the point where I'm absolutely sure that our opponent is running very low on removal. And I think now is a good time. Actually, no, we'll wait a couple more. I think he's trying to find electrostatic field here. Butcher sounds pretty good. And I think there is a world where we sack in response to him playing the field. So we'll keep the priest back. So he did bottom. Looks like he's still trying to dig. Okay, it's a little bit unfortunate. I think that is fine. Another call. So I think we do just get the Butcher and the Fiend here. So we'll put Death Touch. Oh, I got the wrong card. I meant to click on the Fiend. I think we do just do it here. Alright, looks like our opponent threw in the flag fairly quickly there. And pretty straightforward. As you can see, we do have a pretty low mana curve, which enables us to win most of those 1-for-1 trades with our opponents, as most of our creatures do end up just doing damage back to him. This is a very questionable keep. I don't know if we are able to keep this, so we worship it back. This is much, much better. And here I think we do just send a land back. If our opponent's on mono green, I think we want to get the priest out as soon as possible. Alright, so it looks like maybe the Aros deck. A little bit questionable here. So I think we do just play the priest here, as we can claim and then activate priest. It's better than offering a trade with the butcher. Okay, so our opponent is on the Aura's deck. Can confirm. And friend, that was not the wisest of choices. Don't think we do anything here. We do just play this and say go. Would have been nice to have another red mana. So the question here is, do we devil or do we butcher? And I think we definitely do want to just get the clock rolling with butcher. So we'll go down this road. Butcher just always feels like such a strong card. It's like your opponent has to deal with it right away, or it just gets way too big, way too quickly. And it looks like our opponent's probably not able to find lands, so he is under quite a bit of pressure here. 10 life versus this deck doesn't feel great, as most of our things can be sacked to deal quite a bit of damage. So he does get some scrying action. So this is 3, 4, 5. Not quite enough yet. Is there a scenario where we just play this? No, I think we do. Just play the devil here. Alternatively, we could play the butcher, deal some damage, and recur it back. But yeah, devil just seems way stronger. And we do attack here. And I think at this point we are on the go face. So 5 damage here, plus 2 off of the ping. Opponent is pretty dead here. So we will just go ahead and do this now. Friend, it was nice playing against you. Goodbye. Opponent, unfortunately, taking us to Rope Town. So feel free to skip ahead. Alright, and there we have it. Pretty straightforward game. Unfortunately, we did have to wait quite a bit for that, but let's get right into the next game. So far, so good. The deck does feel pretty solid. I think I played, it was 2 or 3 games, and I immediately fell in love with the deck. Just how low to the ground it is, how easy it is to get your combos out, how easy it is to find sack outlets. It just feels very, very well made. It runs pretty well. However, this does not feel like something we can keep. Does it? We do have a scry, we have an oven. We do have a claim. Maybe we do try it out. It definitely feels way slower, but we'll give it a try. Let's see if we can also get away with playing bad hands. This will definitely show us the true power of the deck. Butcher does sound pretty good. Yeah, I think we do keep the butcher. Double cat, not very ideal for us, unfortunately. However, I will offer a trade. Opponent's gonna have to find food. So opponent is on Rakdos as well. We will be getting our oven online. Probably misplay, should have played the oven here first in case our opponent has a way to deal. But at least we do entice him to have a kill spell on something as easy to recur as a familiar. So I'd honestly rather have him kill the cat than like a priest or Lurus. That's also pretty unfortunate. That was pretty good play on his part. And I think you get the cat back here. Actually, the oven just seems better first. Opponent's not too happy about that. I think we bring out the butcher here. And go ahead and sack. Pretty good chunk of HP coming our way there. Interesting, our opponent decided not to trade. And he is going to be in a bit of trouble. Now, the question here is, do we sack the butcher and kill this and bring back the butcher? I think that honestly doesn't sound like a terrible idea. We also do get to just get rid of the Reaper now. So I think we'll just go ahead and play that line of play. There's no reason for us to crack the passage here, so we'll just keep it up for when we draw Devil. And our opponent just feels like he's too far behind, and I agree with him. Alright, so running pretty well so far. Again, very, very fun deck to play. It just feels better than the normal Rakdos list. It feels more down to the ground, way more aggressive, and having a lot of fun. Test out the deck for yourselves, guys. I'll have the link for the list down below, and let me know what you think after you play a couple games with it. If there are any changes that you guys would make, let me know. So, unfortunately, no red mana. Is there a scenario where we keep this hand? Honestly, I don't think there is. We only have effectively one playable card and no sack outlets. So I think we do just get rid of this. This feels a lot better. But what do we send back? I want to keep the Wombo combo. We already have a sack outlet, so maybe the priest is what we sent back here. I don't know if that's feels right. But I think it is what we're gonna have to send back. We'll scry to set up our draw. Another claim. I think claim is something we do want. We don't have quite a bit of interaction just yet, so we will just keep the claim here. Okay, so our opponent is on blue. We'll try to get that out first, and then this. So maybe he's playing... I don't think he's playing the mono blue list. If not, he probably would have flashed out. Okay, so... looking like... ban. We will go ahead and offer the trade here. Which our opponent will probably decline, to be honest. Unfortunate that we get the passage here and not later on. I do think we're gonna have to crack it no matter what, just to guarantee our devil next turn. And smart of our opponent to not attack there. Luris, probably one of the better things we could have drawn here. And I think we will just let this happen here. Unless he has some type of interaction, in which case we will go ahead and sack. Yeah, so unfortunately... Actually, no, either way, it dies. Unless he... Okay, so he's not doing it. What matters more to us? I think this is a bigger threat. So I think we do just sack and kill it. And that's one of the reasons I like playing Mayhem main phase 1 instead of main phase 2. You do encounter quite a bit of those interactions where it's just more relevant to have it on the board than wait and keep mana open.
Dueling you will be excellent.
Cameo. Okay.
To the library.
Another oven doesn't feel great. I think
You could use some manners.
Here. Unfortunately, can't do much with it, but at least it's on the board. And next turn we'll start recurring our Footlight Fiend. Okay, so our opponent is on the evolved deck.
The past is never forgotten.
I think here we will be able to kill this. The question is, do we do it in this way, or do we just claim the firstborn? I think claim the firstborn is going to be better when he mutates things. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. So we can sack, deal 1 damage, deal another damage, and then eat the food. So that's probably going to be our line of play here. Probably should have done this pre-combat in case he had some type of combat trick. Our devil would have survived. But if our devil does die, I'm not terribly upset. I'd much rather bring him back with collar. I don't think there's a world where we just give up our lures here. Luckily our opponent did miss. Oops. So I guess we'll go down this path. Drawing a card here would be nice, but I'd rather do all this damage to his face. This is the card anyways. Interesting. I would have liked to hold a witch's oven open there to be able to sack our devil and be able to bring him back next turn, but it's fine.
You would make an excellent informant for my study. No tail should be discarded.
I think we will try to push lethal this turn by just attacking in with everything. So our opponent did hit, but again, nothing too out of this world. thing in the face. Another call. The reason we're doing it like this is I don't want to sack or use the ovens. Leave this open in response to him playing something else.
I know I noted this somewhere.
That's gonna be a little bit problematic, I'm not gonna lie. However, with another call, we should be in a good place here. And him getting food is an ideal here for us. So I think here we're gonna get rid of that, and we'll get rid of that. Could play another devil. And yeah, I think another devil is probably among the better things we can do here. I think we definitely need to just kill the goose here. Can't let him keep making food. And we need to also get rid of Tamio. This is coming from the Death Touch, so Death Touch goes there. And we'll bring her down a little bit. Then do we just go face after? Do we want her to keep searching? Points at 27 cards. Probability of him hitting does increase as he's able to get more information. So I think we will just go ahead and do that. If we had another land, we could get rid of it.
You're
But
a
we don't.
Subject is easily agitated.
Now, is there a world where we sack the devil? And just get rid of it here? Prevents him from getting an activation. But we can't deal with his board if he does do it that way. So I think we do just say go here. Oh no, my mouse bugged out. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. No, so we don't attack here. And opponent made quite a big blunder here. Fortunately, it doesn't matter how we do this.
My research has been compromised.
And opponent scoops it up. Alright, a little bit of a longer game, but still worth playing. That was a fun game. And you were able to see the power of having Death Touch on a Devil. It just feels so strong with how many times you can recur in this deck and how many times you can sack to keep triggering it. Just feels like machine gun mowing down your opponent. Okay, so this does feel pretty good. We have a Witch's Oven. We also have a Lurus to keep cutting things back. Our opponent's also on the Lurus plan. But I definitely do think we just keep this. Opponent might be either on Cycle or on the Aura's deck. And if our opponent is on the Aura's deck, I think I will feel pretty comfortable going into this, as this deck has quite a bit of interaction. I think here we do just play the Lurus. Okay, so we're gonna force our opponent to have a protection spell here. And I think we will offer the trade here. If our opponent blocks, we call, get the Fiend back, and kill it. In the scenario where he doesn't, I think we just play the Fiend and keep cycling the Scorpion moving forward. We're gonna have to find a priest fairly soon here, or the ability to steal his creature. If not, we are gonna start falling behind. Yeah, so we can get rid of the Ginger Brute here and save a little bit of damage. might as well just eat some food here, stay as healthy as we can in the meantime. Devil is exactly what we wanted. However, we are a little bit late to the party in that respect. Now, how much damage can we do here? We can do 1, 2, 3. So not enough. It looks like we will have to sack the devil end of turn here, bring it back, and then we'll be able to start clearing. So that's the game plan we're going to go down. Is there a reason to do this? I don't think there is. Cat, pretty good. So we'll start with the easiest picks. Scoops it up. Yeah, this combo just doesn't seem fair, and I don't think a lot of people know about it or a lot of people play it. And that's the wonderful thing about the meta that we're currently in and the shift in meta that we're currently in. That combo just seems so ridiculous right now. So we are getting towards the later stages of the gauntlet. Things do start to get interesting moving forward. So here we do have a decent hand. Unfortunately, we are playing against a Urian, so I think we do struggle a little bit against a Urian unless we go very, very aggressive. But luckily, we are in a scenario where we can do that. We do need to find the sack outlet though. Nonetheless, this is a very easy, very strong keep. I think we do have to shock this in though, and we'll start with Serrated Scorpion here. So maybe Jesguys, maybe some type, some crazy Winota deck with Yorion, but that doesn't seem right. Alright, went to the bottom, so that's pretty good news for us. Okay, so pretty explosive and strong start here. Now, the question here is, do we add more to the board? And I think the answer is no. We'll most likely see a Clarion coming up. So we want to have a strong hand to be able to recover from that. So did find an answer. Most likely either a Shadow Disguise or a Clarion here. Our set is not good enough.
I train every day. Meditate and prepare.
Do we just keep going faces now? The question. I think if we get our opponent low enough and we add enough damage to the board, I think we do here. And I think we are just going to load up the board now, as this is just going to be too much damage for our opponent to deal with. However, we will keep the priest back. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 off lethal. And we will have a claim on the priest if our opponent taps out to just deal that extra bit of damage.
I have just the trick for this.
Okay, Teferi is decent. I'll be able to at least balance the butcher here, which that doesn't seem terrible. Buys up maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
Longer. Stand by and watch. Trust me. I have a plan.
Okay, so let's do the math on this. Could play the priest and give it haste. What does that do for us? So we do 3 damage here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still down to 1. Do the math on that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8 off one of the sacks. So yeah, it doesn't. So it's not enough. So there's an argument to be made to just play the butcher again. Do we play 2 butchers is now the new question. And I think that's probably going to be our best course of action. It's going to protect us from board wipes. So our opponent has to gain life and quite a bit of it. Can't wipe the board or he just dies to all the triggers. And I don't think there is a way that our opponent can come back from it. And this is the second game that we're able to pull this off against a Yorion list. So maybe this deck is very well positioned against Control and Yorion. And I think that is even too late.
I'll protect you.
Easier way to do that is just to take one of his, to claim the firstborn on one of his tokens, but either way it would have been equally as fine. I just decided to play it with a little bit more interaction, more fun for me. Maybe a little bit BM. And going into the next game, deck feels like it's running absolutely insane. I think by far this is my favorite list of Rakdos. Feels way better than the normal list that's out where you run a bunch of 3 mana drops. This just feels way more aggressive, way more down to the ground. And as you can see, it feels like it works better against Control as well, because we can just sneak in right under them and take out their main win condition against most aggro matchups, which is just to clear the board. That no longer works as we just kill them on the way back. So let's see if we're able to finish it out strong. This does feel like a good hand. We have turn 1 into turn 2 Butcher. We also have a Lurus for recursion later on. So yeah, I think we do just go ahead and keep this. Opponent did have to mulligan down. Maybe on Demir, maybe Demir Flash, Control. Either way, we're in a decent spot here. Okay, so it is gonna happen, unfortunately. And our opponent's slowing us down quite a bit. I think we wanna try to set up our next draw here. And the reason we attack there is because we could just get it back with Lurus here.
My prowess
And
is unmatched by my
Opponent
peers.
might not have
Keep
found
an
land
open
here.
mind.
Narset, not really a big deal for us. But that Narset is. However, our opponent can't play it as it's missing red mana. Does send something to the bottom. Unfortunately, we keep drawing land here. So, I think we just attack. Got 2 more points of damage on the board here. And we'll thin the deck. Okay, board wipe here won't feel great as we did have to use our
Hone your
recursion.
prowess.
That's not gonna do much for you, friend. An extension event is really, really bad for us. Alright, so we're gonna have to play from behind. First game that we really find ourselves in this position. And unfortunately, we're just getting absolutely flooded. Don't have much to work with in our graveyard either. But opponent is a little bit struggling with mana. So we
Focus
might still
and
have
discipline.
a chance here.
Thoughtfulness before action.
Kaya's Wrath, not great for us. And that's
Meditate
where things are
and
going to get
prepare.
very, very difficult for us. Not much that this is going to do for us, so we will just go ahead and play the land, pass.
Let me help you practice.
And I think Extension Event was probably the worst of the removal spells that we could have encountered. But I'm interested to see how the deck performs with this far behind.
Think, then
I think Call is one of those cards that will probably get us there. But she does decide to minus. And I think there's very little hope for us to come back there. We'll just go ahead and move on. And GG to our opponent. was able to get there on a 6-card hand as well. Unfortunately, we did flood out more than we have before. But that is Magic. So let's get right into the next game. I feel like that Narset deck is becoming a little bit more popular. I have seen it quite a bit today. First time I played against it with this specific list, but it does feel pretty strong. It has pretty good control, pretty good hand disruption. So maybe a list that I might be interested in playing in the future. Although I do consider myself more of an aggro player, playing a good control list every once in a while is also pretty fun. Alright, pretty okay hand. We do have a priest. We have a bunch of 1-drops, so I think reasonable, okay keep. Opponent might be on mono green. Three cats, just need an oven. So I think we are pretty well positioned against this deck. We do, however, have to draw a land, and probably one of the better ones we could have drawn. And by one of the, I mean the. And I do think we're gonna kill the knight here. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. Yeah, if we sack, we'll be able to play the knight, and then we'll be able to do 1 more damage, but I don't think we can kill the knight. But yeah, either way, it's just the way we're going to have to play this. Can't kill something with the field passage here. Pretty good draw in Luris. And I think next turn will be another cat, or 2 cats into another sack, into another devil, or maybe into a Luris. Friend, you can hit me with that damage, because I will not block. And I think at this point we are way, way further ahead than our opponent. think there's not much more our opponent's going to be able to do here. However, that was a pretty good combat trick on his part. Now, the question here is, do we just play the Luris or another Devil? And I think another Devil's probably better. And here we'll just get a foot line. Yeah, opponent just gives up. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the deck. It feels really, really strong. Honestly, one of my more enjoyable decks thus far since the bans. Didn't get anything great, but let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. And without further ado, I bid you farewell. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like. And if you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. It really, really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.